Right, so it's not Bros. You don't go and watch Bros because we've
Bros.
seen the Bros movie. This is
Bros.
as in Smash Brother, the Smash Mario. What was it?
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Smash Bros. Smash Brothers. Can't remember. I don't do computer games.
Well, it's not Bros, about whom we already had that absolutely brilliant documentary, which I just thought is Bros. So this is written and directed by Nicholas Stoller, who directed Forgetting Sarah Marshall and the two Neighbours movies with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. And this is also co-produced by Judd Apatow. And so Billy Eichner is Bobby, who is a podcaster and a curator of an LGBTQ plus history museum, or a proposed history museum. He was recently awarded Best Cis White Male Gay Man Award. He's a confirmed bachelor who hooks up with tons of guys on Tinder and doesn't want any commitment at all. He wants to be, the bachelor boy for the rest of his life because he's perfectly happy with that.
Son, you'll be a bachelor boy and that's
Exactly.
the way I'll stay.
Or does he? Luke McFarlane is Aaron, who is a hot but miserable lawyer who is in wills. He basically organises people's estates, does their wills, who we are told is boring. They hook up together because he's very, very handsome. They both declare they have no interest in commitment. They both do a lot of communicating via text. Here's a clip.
Can be emotionally unavailable together.
Maybe we can be emotionally unavailable together. Who's writing your texts? Maroon 5?
Off.
Kidding. We can go out. Are you asking me out?
I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
Sounds good.
So tomorrow? Or we can do whenever.
Yeah, I can do whenever and I can do whatever.
I don't care what we do.
Yeah, me neither. We can do whatever and we can do it whenever. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that definitely works.
Great. Whatever, whenever.
Cool. Whatever, whenever. GIF of Michael Scott dancing.
That's good. Office GIF? This person isn't gay. Heart. Oh, no. Unheart. Thumbs up.
Peace.
Peace. Later. Can't you heart my later? Bye.
That's funny.
You laughed at the Maroon 5
Yeah,
joke.
who writes your text, Maroon 5?
I was really impressed that got a laugh from you. Anyway, so as the sort of constant nods to When Harry Met Sally tell us, there is also another story at work about these two people who are just, hooking up because they're friends. So this has kind of very frank sex scenes wrapped around a rom-com plot. And it could, to my mind, could easily be called When Harry Met Short Bus. Do you remember Short Bus?
No.
Okay, well, Short Bus was a very sort of frank sex comedy, sex-positive comedy, which was kind of really interesting. It was much more explicit. I mean, it had hardcore stuff in it, which this doesn't. But it is, in its sexual frankness, there is a similarity. And also, I think there is a similarity in terms of the way in which the script writing and the gags work. I mean, this did remind me somewhat of John Cameron Mitchell's Ear for Acerbic Comedy. There's also a running gag about Hallmark Christmas movies, about how those movies are now they're now more inclusive, happy heteronormative Christmas, polyamorous returns, or because they've suddenly realised that actually there's a large part of their market that would, that fit into that group. And so therefore it's entirely done as a demographic thing, as opposed to, because it's the pink pound, it's not driven by any kind of, moral or conceptual change. There's a cameo performance by Harvey Fierstein. So this is kind of the cherry on the cake, we're all on board with this. I thought it was actually pretty funny. The screening I was in, there was a couple of critics who were hooting like barn owls. So this was just like gag after gag after gag that was absolutely hitting that sweet spot. And I thought it was pretty consistently funny. It sort of sags towards the end. One of the things that's great about When Harry Met Sally is that the writing and the way in which that plot evolves never falls down. It's got an absolutely beautiful kind of conclusion, and this doesn't have that. This definitely it does lose its way a little bit in the last act. That said, as it sinks into squishy sentimentality, I did find that I was welling up.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
No, and so my point would be, if you're going to do unforgivable, squishy sentimentality, if it makes me cry, I'm going to give you a pass. And there is a musical thing, and I won't spoil this, but there is a musical thing that my toes were curling and my eyes were watering at the same time. So I thought it was pretty funny. It was certainly much funnier than most alleged rom-coms that are around at the moment. And as I said, it is also very frank in terms of its kind of its attitude to sex and sexuality, and I enjoyed it.
Well, now, that was a great video, I thought, wasn't
Couldn't
it?
take my eyes off it.
And neither could they.
Do you think they know that they can keep up to date with all things Kermode and Mayo's take by checking out our social channels?
Well, they do now.
Yes, they do.